Hey everyone, just want to share just my experience with a recent convention I just went to this past weekend, May 15th through 17th. The name of the convention is Conageddon 4. It happened in Boston, and it's a convention based off the show The 100. The 100 is a show that I've started watching on Netflix, and from the very end of the first episode, I was instantly hooked. And here we are in 2024. Going to a convention that's based off the show. The convention started on Saturday morning around 10 o'clock. We got there a little early just to get through registration, make sure we got all our passes. And they had a pretty cool merch booth where they had hats with the name of each cast member that was there, of the character that they played, like Echo and Amori and Clark and Bellamy, etc., etc. And they also had t-shirts and different things they were selling over there, so that was pretty cool. They did just a really awesome video of just introducing everyone to the convention. At 10 o'clock they introduced the cast of the show, and it was pretty cool just seeing people that you've grown to love throughout the years that you've been watching the show. Well, for me, they had some people that were there just started watching a few months ago. One girl actually watched it a week ago, and gosh, she was getting spoiled the whole weekend, but she didn't care. She was just there for the experience. And so they introduced the cast, and immediately after that, after they do the grand introduction and just letting you know what the weekend was going to look like, they went into the panels. Now the panel schedule was very interesting, and I give a shout out to Miss Joe. Gosh, having that many cast members, that many actors and actresses, and having to go through panels. I think it was around 22 panels that she did through Saturday and Sunday back to back. It was awesome to see how resilient she was, and just how strong she is and really good at her craft. And so just give a quick shout out to her. For the next area, they had the signing room where all of the actors will come at, have set times where they will be there to do signatures for pictures and art, whatever you bring, or they had stuff at the table too. So that was really cool to meet them, purchase your pictures, purchase everything that you wanted to get. Professional photo ops was a room where you can take pictures with your favorite character or characters depending on what the schedule like. So they will have one time for Octavia, and also have another time for Bellamy and Clark, and then another time for, let's say, the Grounders. And so it just had a set schedule, just letting you know when everything was going to happen. I think one of my favorite ones to see videos were the Green family. So it was Monty, Harper, and their son. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, dude. Oh my gosh. They had a very interesting photo op session, and so y'all can see the videos and whatnot on the Conageddon Facebook, Instagram page, and you can check that out. My favorite part of the entire convention was Saturday night. They had a party for the people who were in general admission, and also the VIP was there as well. VIP had their own party on Friday night, which I explained earlier, but this one was just for everyone. What I loved about the party so much is that majority of the cast actually came there to spend time with us and have fun with us. And so I thought I was going to be there for maybe like an hour, because I'm like, when my social battery runs out, I'm pretty much done. But we was there for 3.5 hours, and it blew my mind on how much fun I was actually having. Being able to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with Zach and Shelby and Shannon and the other people that were coming through there, Erica and Sarah, Tasia and Louisa. So many people came through, and it was really fun. I think that was the biggest amount of joy that I was able to share with people while I was there at the convention. This convention was very intimate. It was to a point where it felt like we were truly engaging with everyone, not only the attendees there, but the cast members as well, the actors and actresses there as well. It felt like they were there to really spend time with us, and I felt that it just made us feel at home. It was a very intimate, at home feeling type of con. 3 things that I think really helped me fully embrace this con as the best con I've ever attended. Reason number 1 is the fans. We had so many people represented there from different countries, different states. The person I was a roommate with is actually someone that's from the UK. His name is Dan the man. Like, that's my dude. Like, man, like me and Dan, we got together. Literally, we met Friday at the airport. We didn't know each other left from right, but the moment we connected, we just went forward with that. And so shout out to Dan for just being really awesome, and just me learning a bit more of the culture of the UK and how they are and stuff. And so that was pretty awesome. So me and Dan shared a room. They also had people from Canada that I met as well, and they were pretty cool people, and also the locals. Now I do want to give a shout out to Remy and Courtney. Like, oh my gosh. So Remy, that's really outspoken dude. He just expresses his joy in a way that really embraces others. And so me, Remy, Dan, and Courtney actually was waiting for the party to start, and we just started talking, chatting and whatnot. Next thing you know, hours later, it's time to go into the get together. And so we connected with them as well. And Remy told me, I told him, my social battery is a little low, and so I might, just be here. He was like, no, you're going to enjoy this to the fullest. And I enjoyed it to the fullest because of him. And so shout out to Remy just for being an awesome, number one, just for being an awesome person, and just expressing himself to the fullest without holding anything back. And him and Courtney really just embraced us as family the moment we met. Reason number two that I really loved this convention was to be able to spend time with the cast. I think what made it so beautiful was that their hearts were really to engage with us. They had panels set up to where majority of the time was spent for us to be able to have Q&A sessions with them. And so they just opened the floor and we talked to them. I would say my goal was to just learn as much as I can from them, and also take time to thank them, for the great work that they did in the show. So a lot of my questions were seeing like how they as a person developed in a better way just from playing the character that they did. Some people played their characters for a season or two. Some people played their characters from the beginning all the way until the end. And so I wanted to hear, their story and how they dealt with the character's progression, and how them as a person learned from the character that they played. So the Q&As were awesome. A lot of people were asking great questions, and I learned a lot from it. And just from me being... Yes, I'm gonna be honest, I was nervous the whole time. I asked the question, I would just be, shaking as they're talking and answering, but it gave me a chance to have fun with them and really just conversate with them. And so that was awesome. And also going into the signing room, I was able to get a signature from Emori and from Echo. Emori and Echo are two of my favorite characters in the show. I love from the moment they got there all the way until the end. I love the rich development that the writers gave them, and such great performances from the actresses who played them. And I was able to meet them. I actually got a few things signed from them from Echo here. I love this picture. I picked this picture just because I loved her development in season 7. And then also I got this from Emori. Emori is just a character that just been through so much, and at the end just gained a family, from the stuff she went through, just being alone all the way until like really gaining a family. Also, I was able to meet Sarah, which I think everyone in the world, if she's at a convention, please go meet her. She is awesome. And Sarah really just took the character Josephine and made an impact on season 6 as a whole. I don't care what you think about season 6 or 7. Look, I loved it. It was awesome. I think just the development of the characters were really well done in those 2 seasons. And there's Josephine, who's an antagonist. She really set the tone for that entire season, and her actions really just had you sitting on the edge of your feet. And so I thanked her for just her performance, her passion that she put into the role. And it was awesome just to see all of that unfold, when you're watching the season the first time, the second time, or the 20th time for some people. And lastly, we was able to meet Becca, which is Becca's the most important character on the show. So it was pretty awesome for me and Dan to catch a picture with her. And also she played Allie, who was the major villain in season 3. And she did such a great job with Allie, being able to capture the menacing attributes of Allie, and honestly just showed how well of a job she did with season 3. And to be able to capture that villain role that had an impact on characters in following seasons 4 through 7. And so I had to give her praise for that. Like, here's your flowers for these. Her and Sarah played such great antagonist / villain roles in the show, and just had to give them their props for that. So all in all, thank you castmates for really being there for us and really wanting to meet us. I've been to a lot of conventions where it's not like that. And so I thank you guys for really pouring the passion into, meeting with us. And so thank you for that. And the last point that I think really brought this convention full circle with the intimacy and the love that everyone felt, to me, was the staff. For years, I've worked with Humble Enterprise, shameless plug. Humble Enterprise, one of the things that we've done to really capture the essence of a family atmosphere at conventions is really showing people like the love that they deserve, and really pouring into, every person we meet. We're showing them so much love. And I think I felt that with this staff. This staff was just so nice to us. I think they were just, especially like whenever I got into the autograph lines and stuff, as the actors were, talking with the person that was in front of them, I was talking with the staff volunteers that were in front of me, asking what pictures I wanted, and just getting to know one another, having that conversation. And it really just gave just a warm welcome to us as we're about to meet, our favorite actors for this show. I truly believe the staff really made everything come full circle with how much love they poured toward us. From the people that were working the merch table to the people that were handling for the actors and actresses for the show, I think they really just set the tone for just a loving and welcoming convention. And I can say for myself that, I appreciate them. I love them for the work that they've done and for the hard work that they gave to us throughout the weekend, and just love that they pour towards us. As someone who's done it a lot, it's not easy. Sometimes it's stressful, sometimes it's just a lot. And I just want to give them their flowers for just, making the sacrifice for us to have a good time. But at the end of the day, they are part of the reason, a very important piece of the reason on why we had such an awesome time here at this convention. And so I just want to give thanks to them, each and every one of them that I was able to engage with, which we did Saturday night at the party. I engaged with a lot of them, and I love them so much. And it was awesome just to be able to, share moments, just sharing moments of fun, moments of laughter, moments of joy. Like, they really set the tone for this convention, and I can't thank them enough. And so just wrapping up with all of this, Conageddon 4 was, without a doubt, and I'm putting this on a record, without a doubt the greatest convention I've ever attended in my life. And I feel that they really set the bar on how convention experiences should be. Like, I didn't want to go home. I really didn't want to go home, but we have to go on with our lives. But a lot of people, I truly believe, will never forget this past weekend. It's because the fans showed up and showed out, the cast showed up and showed out, and the staff workers showed up and showed out. In every single 3 of those points, just poured love upon one another, and it just made such a welcoming experience. And I'm praying and hoping that Conageddon 5 would happen. We'll just have to see, and we'll just have to wait and see. And at the end of the day, it's not under my control. It's just, if they decide to push it forward. But even if not, I felt, for me, I took a leap of faith. I didn't think I was going to be able to make this convention. And God just aligned things to work, that money would just pop up in front of me to provide everything I needed. God aligned people like Dan to reach out to me for, a random post in the Facebook group just asking for someone to be able to room with me in a hotel and helping with the cost right there. God brought people like Remy and Courtney to be able to spend time with us and kind of get me out of my comfort shell a bit and really enjoy the moment that we had Saturday night, which will literally be in my mind for the rest of my life, it just shows how amazing it was, and just being able to experience just the conversation I've had with the cast and the staff. I think that this is without a doubt the best convention like ever. It sets such a great tone for me. As I'm going to other conventions, I'm looking for that. At the end of the day, I think that Conageddon 4 really set the tone on what a convention should be, and I'm blessed and thankful that I was able to share that with so many beautiful people and to be able to just embrace the joy of the moment that we had there. And so thank y'all for watching this video. I'm really hoping for Conageddon 5, and if it comes, hey, I'll see y'all again. So y'all take care.